In the past weeks of game development, progress has been slow, but even though it is slow, I am still making progress. In the itch.io build, I've updated it like a few times. It's currently in 0.7.12 because I had to fix some bugs. One of the things I patched was removing a file of 9 hours of ambient rain in the files, and that was like 700 MB of the game. So after that, the game went from 900 MB to like 200, which is like it's stupid. As for one of the new things that I've worked on these past weeks, one of them is a cutscene that uses full screen art. But this full screen art is not purely the use of the show picture command, but this time I use parallax. That way I can make the full screen art bigger, and I can move the camera around by focusing the camera on specific events. That way I can have the game focus on the part of the image that I want. Since the last major video, I've posted a couple community posts, and in case you missed it, I could go over some of them. I've had to redo the plotting or the planning for Act 2, Chapter 1, because there were a couple changes in not only the narrative but in gameplay as well. Even though I've made plans for Chapter 1, Act 2 before already, I've already made sprites for some relevant characters for this new act, and I've even started to make some new maps. I made a video showcasing some of the new outskirts you can find in Chapter 1, Act 2, but without any dialogue or commentary, I guess you wouldn't know like the significance or what I'm trying to show off. What I tried to show off was that with the inclusion of flip panels or areas where gravity will be reversed, traversal isn't exactly direct. You're gonna have to understand where to fall and where not to fall when you're upside down, because some areas are only accessible through a route that isn't exactly that direct. As for some of the new interiors, I had to make some new tiles because I envisioned some areas to be in specific ways. Like in one of the new areas that I planned where mercenaries come to meet each other, I imagined it to be like the Crash Palace from Real Steel. There are gonna be like posters of some strong mercenaries, but for now I just put like placeholder posters of like Adam from Real Steel, but that's whatever. I've got plans to let the player pick from a starting point that isn't the very start when starting a new game. And I think that's going to be something interesting to work on, and something that will also be helpful for playtesting and for repeat playthroughs, I guess. For me to be able to do this though, I'd have to know an estimation of what the player's equipment or loot will be once they reach specific points of the game. So if you played the game and you finished a run, even if it's on normal difficulty, please notify me so I can view your save file as reference for what will be starting loot for players if they start at later points in the game. For now, that's all I have to say.